I came across some information that I found to be very useful, and it seems to shed some light on some things. It was one of those aha moments, really. It was the name of God in the Jewish tongue, the Yod Yoveh Hadveh, or however you say it. It means, behold the hand, behold the nail, which I found to be quite telling, given their location, like their geographical location of where they are is where the hand is. So therefore, the people around the area, like the stories that they would have passed on from generations to generations, and all the information that's been lost but still kept through, you know, tradition and just passing it on throughout the years and generations. It was that saying, and seeing it in the map, like that tells you that the hand that was there had a hand womb in it, among other things. And I am not sure if it was a nail as we have them today or something else, but it could have been, clearly. I mean, we have the stories of Thor and his hammer. It might have been that, it might have been something else. I'm not really sure. But there were nails present. There, whatever those were. And I'd imagine, like, they were also represented as obelisks as well. Maybe that's something that people mimicked and created as forms of worship. Another thing that I've thought of that may or may not be true is the pyramids might also be obelisks, and that what we see is just the tip. That underneath the sand, it just keeps going on, just like the heads at Easter Island. Like, it was just the heads, but there were bodies underneath. Might be something similar like that. But there's clearly an arm there. There's clearly something to do with a matter of scale. And I've also come across information that says that mountains were other titans, were other bodies of the dead, and that's what scatters. Well, that's what's scattered around the world, really. That's what makes up most of the continents and the land masses that we see is this blood. And also, another saying from the Bible that I found very pertinent was that they casted lots for his clothes. And I'm assuming this Titan creature, be it an angel or be it a man or a woman, was wearing garments. And that's what makes up some of the land masses as well. Like the Shroud of Turin, you know? And by the saying that they casted lots for his clothes meant they decided upon which areas that they were going to make their homes at. And that back at that time may have been, the whole landscape may have just been cloth and garments and bits of metal and debris, as well as God knows what. I mean, there's so much we're not being told. There's so much that's been kept hidden from us. It is strange, though. But the deeper you dig, the stranger it all seems to get. I'd imagine that it's all fractal in some way. I keep picturing it. Well, there's different theories. I mean, you could base this off. It's sort of like the Gulliver's Travel things, where you sail towards a certain area, and dependent upon like what frequencies and resonance are there, it sort of shapes. It's like you go closer, spiraling in towards the center, and like there's different senses of scale. It's like you go further away from the center in that fractal linear pattern, the bigger things get. Could be something like that. Could be that they managed to shrink people, like in that movie that's coming out. I'm not sure of the name, but I'll leave a link in the description. I mean, there's many movies like that. I'll talk about it some other episode, but that could also be a possible scenario of where we're at. It's like, they've developed technologies to shrink down people, and then the people who've gotten shrunk down sort of forget what happened, and there's different levels of scale that they can do that with. And here we are today. But the one thing I'm certain of is that Titans are real. And there's probably more of them on the other side. Or it's possible that we're all that's there. It's possible that wherever we are at is just what's left of reality, and it just keeps shrinking, or whatever thing the sun is kind of captures the survivors. Might be technologically based or something. Maybe on the other side of synchronicity. This Titan character, like, didn't want to be synchronized. Maybe there were some other ones that didn't either. In each little place where they fell, it's their own little world that the inhabitants of are made of. They're made of that and whatever it was composed of. It's a speculation for now, but clearly there's one thing I'm certain of, is behold the behold the hand, behold the nail. It's one thing. It's the name of God, or whatever this thing is. There's also a statue in Spain. It's of the fallen angel. And it's interesting because if you reverse that image, it shows the serpent wrapped around the left hand and the right hand pointing up to heaven. Which could be the two main things, the two major biological organisms that this world is made of. It's like the serpent and the fallen angel. And somehow they did battle, or they're in the same location when whatever happened, and here they are today. But it's interesting that, like, the first story of the Bible, like the Garden of Eden, the serpent tempted Eve to eat of the tree of knowledge or whatever. and then she got Adam to do it too. Maybe this angel took vengeance on the serpent, and they fought. Then here we are today. Because I've noticed, there's references to it everywhere. There's references to the Titan. There's references to the flat Earth. There's all these references that you'll notice once you realize these facts of these things. You can kind of see it in different bits of music, different bits of stories, and pop culture. And when you realize that everybody's lying to you, it's interesting. It changes your take of reality, but you should kind of expect it because your parents lied to you right off the get-go, right off the bat. The one people that you hoped wouldn't lie to you did. So you should take that into consideration. That's all for today. I'll come back with more information later. Take care.